Can you be part of a religious system and still be self aware? Long answer short, probably not. And if you do, it's extremely difficult. And it's what we talked about in our latest podcast episode of the Dan and Cam podcast, where it's aptly titled, Does Religion Prevent Self Awareness? Because if you look at it, it really doesn't. It's more of a hive mind, more of a groupthink type thing. Everyone needs to come to us. And to kind of illustrate that point, I just look at my mindset now compared to when I was in the religious faith. Back when I was religious, I used to think I had the answer, I had the truth, and I was commissioned by my book, by my God, by my preacher to spread this word out because everyone needed to hear it. This was the truth. This was what was going to save them. This is what was going to prevent people from being in eternal torment and torture. So I went out and told everyone about it that I possibly could, telling them, believe like me, come into me. And if I boil it down and look back on it, I was trying to force conformity. I was trying to make everyone fit into my desires and how the world should operate. I was trying to make everyone make me feel comfortable in my world. And I look at that and compare it to today, where I could go to the other extreme and say, I'm going to let everyone influence me and tell me how to live my life. And all I'm going to end up doing is falling into another system that's going to direct and tell me how to live. Instead, I stopped somewhere on that path. And I opened myself up to understand that I have a perspective on how the world works, how I'm viewed in the world, how I operate in this world. And every other individual out there has their own unique perspective on how things work. And that I could learn a great deal from them. And I think that's the key, is that now I open myself up to learn from other people's perspectives and how they see things, and not try to bend it and see how that can get me a connection into present my worldview onto them. It was just an open learning from them. Let them teach me about how the world treats them, how they're treated in this world, regardless of their race, faith, creed, orientation, anything, geography. This is how the world sees them. And it can get me and open up my perspective a little bit more to understand how things work and operate around here. And it made me grow into a better person, because then I can understand and see injustices committed onto certain groups of people and have compassion and empathy for them and try to use my privilege and power to try to correct that wherever I possibly could, or make it aware to circles that would never understand this and see it, and try to point out some of the injustices that are going on to people that don't want to see that. But the key difference is that I wasn't trying to teach everyone to come into what I already knew, because I was the answer. I knew the answer. Now I look for the answer, and I try to learn and understand from everyone else's perspectives. That is becoming self-aware, to understand where you fit in the world and what place you could have in the world, instead of trying the world to fit into your viewpoint.